Squidward is my best friend in the world. Squidward.
Okay, stop. That's enough.
All right. So starting off this episode, you heard me singing. So that means we have to be talking about music today. And I mean, music is such an important and impactful topic. It's getting its own episode, man.
Yeah, likewise. Yep.
Yeah. So, that has been something that, I mean, has always been important to the both of us for I don't know how long. I mean, since the beginning, it's always been important. Music's always been one way or another influencing us. And
so many ways.
there's so much that we have to talk about. So I thought, you know what?
You know that question, right? Where they always ask us if you would rather be blind or deaf.
You'd rather be blind?
I'd rather be fucking blind. I don't think I could go without listening to music.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. Well, dude, that one's fucking heavy.
Well, I mean, because I am, like I mentioned like before on the podcast, I am an artist. So I am visually, that's how I understand the world is visually.
Yeah, but music's an art too.
Correct, it is an art, but I am more of a drawing artist rather than a music artist.
Yeah, you know what? I think I could go with that same thing because I don't know how I could imagine the world without sound. Like, imagine not knowing what your parents sound like.
Shit.
Dude, yeah.
That's heavy.
Dude, imagine.
Not being able to hear your dog bark or...
Damn. Yeah, dude, crazy. But also, on the other side of that, like, if I was not able to see, but I could still hear, I could probably paint an amazing picture in my head.
Dude, okay. I was gonna say, dude, I can imagine you at a fucking canvas like right now. You're just like, just a bunch of fucking messy scribbles and shit.
No. I'm not referring to that. So, okay, picture it this way. So you lose your eyesight as an adult. So you could use.
What if you were born
born blind? So you never know what anything looks like. It's just your imagination.
Damn, dog, imagine that, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Like you hear a dog, but you imagine it's a cat, dude.
Well, it doesn't even matter what you think those animals even look like because you don't have anything to refer.
Exactly, to. But I mean, like, just imagine if you had it that way, though.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. That is so nuts. I don't even know how I would. You're blowing my mind right now. I don't even know what to say to that.
but still, like, I'm a visual learner. I well, that's just the way I am. And even then, like, I would still pick sound over sight.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you. Yeah.
I couldn't do it. No.
I just have to let my imagination run wild and see what weird, fucked up creations I think up.
That's like one of the most scariest things for me personally as I get older is losing my ability to hear. Mm-hmm. If I start going deaf, if I have to use like hearing aids and all this stuff, I see older people, especially where I work, who always wearing this thing, and it's like, damn.
Dude, I see myself doing that in the distant future just because of the nature of my work. So many loud noises and the constant pounding on my eardrums. I think I'm probably going to lose my hearing.
I listen to music loud, like in the car, everywhere.
Yeah, so do I.
So, I mean, like, I'm killing my own hearing, but it's like...
You got to enjoy it while you have it, dude. You don't have it forever.
I mean, that's like one of the biggest reasons why I also, like, I don't want to live too long. No, like okay, so like I've always said, right, if I can't take a shit by myself, just fucking end my life there, dude. Like, put me down. Yeah. I would like to poop by myself.
Unassisted.
Exactly.
Unassisted.
I don't want somebody helping me poop. But on that same scale, like, obviously as you get older, you lose functions, you lose abilities that you're used to having. And it's just your organs are getting old, and losing my ability to hear is just, I don't know.
That's one of the scary ones.
Exactly, for me personally.
Yeah. But anyway, before we get into the meat of the potato here, let's just get let's get these.
let's get some brews out of the
Let's
way.
get some brews going, man.
Yeah.
That's.
Like
I mean,
always.
that's the best way to talk about music is if you're having a cold one. So we actually brought two different beers here today, two local brews. I think it's going to be fitting. So what we got, we've talked about Powder House. I don't know how many times and how much we like the place. This is a Powder House special. So Powder House Session Ale from obviously Powder House Brewing Company in Boise, Idaho.
Yeah, we had to do the Powder House.
Yeah,
Because we haven't brought one onto the set yet. We've always, like I said, you said, we've always just talked about them. Never brought it on.
Yeah, so it says here, it is the quintessential Powder House Light Ale. House beer pairs perfectly with a backyard weenie roast, afternoon floats on the river, and building Scandinavian furniture to make your go-to beer house. Scandinavian. Did you catch that reference?
Weenie roast. I'm stuck on the weenie roast.
That's such an Idaho thing, too. If you guys are listening from another place, floating the river,
Yes.
that's something we do here. We just float the Boise River from one end to a different, well, not one end, one part to another part of a park. And it's about like a 2-hour float. You float around, you drink beer, you have a good time. It's awesome.
Back home, we used to do the Snake River, float that bitch.
Yeah, the Snake River is a big fucking river, though.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
We'd only float from like one bank to the other bank, and then we're done.
Yeah, no.
And even then, Juan can't do it because he can't
Because I
swim.
can't swim. I did it, though. I did it once with Isaac in this really, really big float. And I wore a life jacket, but
Obviously.
yeah, but it got dark. It got dark, and like it took us so long to get there. We had to use our cell phones, our flashlights, to make sure that boats didn't hit us.
Dude, imagine if you fucking dropped your phone there.
Fuck it, I'll get another phone. It doesn't matter. I'm risking it for the biscuit. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. And I didn't want to get hit by a fucking boat. But anyway, let's crack these, bros.
Okay. Oh, shit. I didn't mean to fucking do that.
That's a tasty brew.
That is.
That's a tasty brew. I think they kind of... See, this is... Before I describe it, this is my issue with reading the back of the can. It's like reading the back of the book before you read the book.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't want to be... I need to stop doing that. I get too
Yeah,
influenced.
you fucking do.
I get too influenced before I taste it. So when I give my description of it, it's pretty much what it says on the back of the can. But
Now you got to look for that back of the can in the beer now.
yeah, well, it does give you.
It is a light ale.
It does give you a little bit of a map to follow, But I think, I mean, it really does kind of fit its suit pretty well. Don't you
Yeah.
think? I mean, it's the quintessential light ale.
This is the perfect beer for a weenie roast.
I think this is like the perfect, like the most dynamic beer that you could have, and you could have it for anything, really. You could pour it in a glass and have it with a dinner, or you could put a 12-pack in a cooler and go tailgating. And everything and anything in between. You can float the river with this. You can have a barbecue with this. You can, I don't know, just sit back and enjoy a couple while you're working on a car. One.
I will say something, though.
What?
Although this is a very good brew, I don't think it warrants that $10 price tag for the 6-pack.
Ooh, good point.
Do not
Good
believe
point.
it warrants the $10 6-pack price. I don't believe it should be that much. If it was less, I'd give it some props. But no, I honestly do not believe it warrants its $10 price for a 6-pack.
It is a flavorful beer. Like when you drink like a light beer or a Bud Light or any light beer, any light lager.
Yeah, no, that's
It's you always feel like it's missing things. It's like it's mostly water.
it's watered down. Correct.
Yeah.
This one definitely has some more flavor.
It's full
to it.
bodied.
Yeah.
It's flavorful, and it's not heavy. It's not like I don't feel bloated. I mean, granted, I only had half a beer so far,
We'll
but
find out in a sec.
yeah. But I mean, I don't feel like it's sitting very heavy. I mean, if you compare the way it sits, personally, like to what's a heavy sitting beer? Uh, what's that Belgian beer? The orange
Oh,
one, Blue Moon.
Blue Moon. There you go.
Yeah, if I drink a single Blue
Blue
Moon,
Moon. It's
yeah, I feel like I just had a loaf of bread, and it's seriously just sitting there expanding in my stomach. But like this is a good one. This is like a good, uh, long-lasting beer. Like you could drink a handful of these, and it's got a fairly regular alcohol content, 4.5%. I guess that's roughly what you find in your Budweisers.
correct.
So,
But again, I will have to knock it down for the price.
yeah, that is true. So, without referring to the back, what do you taste on this, Squid?
Um, it's like what, like you said, like the Budweisers and your Coors are missing that
Something.
extra flavor that's to it. It's because like it feels like they fill the can like this much, right? Like 3/4, and the rest is water. Here it feels like they did fill up the can all the way.
Yeah, with a good proper brew.
Exactly. The tinge of wheat to it, but it doesn't sit heavy. Surprisingly, we'll find out, but so far it hasn't.
Okay, here's what I get from it. It's crisp. It is, like you said, slightly weedy, a little malty. The hops in it are very subtle. It's not a bitter beer,
Nope.
but it isn't sweet either.
It's very mellow.
That's a good way to put it. It's very mellow. It's a very mellow beer, but it's full of flavor. It's full bodied. I get some maltiness, some weediness, some a little bit of there's more of like a hoppy like bite at the end of it, like more like in the aftertaste, but not right up front. It's Oh, you know what I like about this that I just barely realized is how like when you drink like a Bud Light or Budweiser, there's like a little bit of metalliciness to it.
Yeah, okay.
This
Yeah.
doesn't have that, and I like that a lot.
No, yeah, you don't get that.
That
You don't get like you're kind of drinking the can a little.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean it's a good beer, man. It's a good beer.
Good beer.
All
I
right.
will. I'll give it a 7.
You give it a 7?
I'll give it a 7.
I'll give it a 7.5. I mean, it floats my boat, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Totally does.
But I very, very, very disagree with that $10 price tag for a 6-pack. I mean, I do like it, and I would buy this over, other lagers, other light ales, and I don't know. I think I'll probably still end up buying a case of Keystone versus this for the price.
For real, you can get a 30 rack for 20 bones.
Yeah. So I get 12. I get 12 of these for the price that I would get a 30-pack of Keystone.
Even though Keystone tastes like shit, it's not far off. You're in the same like category of beer.
Keystone, I think, is a lager. This is an ale.
Correct. Flavor wise, I guess that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. For the 10 bones for a 6-pack.
Yeah. So, we'll bring in the next beer here in a minute. But I figured we might as well talk music. But let's see, the very, very first way, or the very first direction I feel like we should go, because there's like so many different ways that we could go about this, is like different genres and like how they influence you, really. I think that's a good way, because as I know you, and obviously you know me, we listen to such a broad spectrum of music. We listen to everything. We
Like literally
everything.
Literally, I'll be like, you know what? Today, I'm feeling some country, and then tomorrow I feel like, you know what, I want some like dubstep, you know, I want some of that shit like the bass hitting as hard as it can.
Yeah, like that vibe. Like you start like head bob bouncing a little bit. You know, like it gets you hyped up.
Yeah, my music taste will swing in like in a day.
Yeah, they'll swing hourly. Really, like honestly, like if my music is playing on a shuffle and I'm vibing something, I don't know if I could be listening to some fucking Travis Tritt or something, you know, and I'm in a country mood, and I'm singing along to those deep baritone uh, sounds. Then the next song that comes on is, I don't know, some hip hop, some East Coast boom bap, and next thing I know, I'm rapping
Some
along to
emo.
there's some metal, some old school um like old school rock, and,
Yeah.
and I just go through all the different things. Fucking Michael Bublé comes on, and I'm belting out every little thing I can. It literally it just has, I don't know, it just has to hit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You just gotta
today,
get that feeling, yeah.
yeah, today we had such an issue with shuffle, bro.
Yeah, Shuffle today was just not throwing the right vibes today.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Shuffle
hitting the
has
heat.
its days. For sure has its days. It's like, oh, okay, I wasn't even thinking of that song, but it was perfect to play
Yeah.
next, right? But then Shuffle has like those shitty ass days where you just gotta keep hitting skip.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, let me ask you this: if you're listening to country, what emotion do you think you're feeling at the time? Because you could go all kinds of different ways, but just for, if you choose to listen to country, what do you think you're?
Oh, dude. Currently, right now, it's probably more like like really emotional. So like sadness or um, empty feeling or something like along those lines, right? I wouldn't say like depressed, no,
Yeah.
but you're kind of like in the dumps because of something.
Yeah.
So you just want to like put on some sad country boy stuff
Yeah.
and drink a beer.
Drink a Beer's a good song, by the way.
Yeah, that is a good song, by the way. Yeah, it is.
Um, Shout out to Luke Bryan. I'm gonna drink a beer right now. Yeah. All right. So, how would you say? I guess this one's a given. EDM. How do you think EDM impacts you? Because there's just like every genre, there's the different. You can attach a different emotion to each.
There's two ways I listen to EDM, and it depends solely. It depends a lot on the artist too. Sometimes I just want to go through a trip of like sounds and notes and everything just thrown at you, and it just creates like an experience. Not you're just listening to a song, right?
Like when you listen to Fly Like Sora.
Sort of. Yes, there's some songs that he does have the yes.
Old school.
That too, yeah. And
No,
then,
the song Old School.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I mean. Artists that really come to me is like Porter Robinson and Madeon. They make more of an experience rather than what traditional EDM is, which is like to get a party going, right?
Yeah, like your Tiestos, like your Skrillex, like your,
And I mean that's the other mood, right? For me with EDM, like then I want to be in a party mood, like I want to go all out. Let's go do this, go do that. Let's have fun, right?
yeah. No, for sure.
When the bass drops, just headbang as hard as you can.
Yeah. Okay. One more before we go. Before we move on. I mean, we just have to hit it, bro. Hip hop.
Oh. So hip hop also I think follows those same thing that I have with
Same
EDM,
principles.
but it's not like I'm trying to have an experience. I'm trying to like connect in a way with what the artist is saying in the rap, right? And there are songs like that, like especially like Logic and J. Cole. They have good amount of their music that that they want you to connect with and have like emotions to them and everything. But then there's also the other side of that, like it's like stacks
just
on
vibing.
racks and shit. You know?
The vibing. Like,
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, so I'm looking for one specific thing because I already kind of have an answer. What kind of, when it comes to the hip hop that you listen to, mostly, what side of hip hop do you listen to most? The more lyrical,
The lyrical for sure.
or the hype?
Yeah. No, definitely the lyrical.
Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, excuse me. Even though we're technically on the West Coast, Pacific West Coast,
Mm-hmm.
um, I have to give it up to the East Coast, dude. East Coast boom bap was one of my favorites. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can't go wrong with the OGs from the West Coast. With Warren G and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, but that's I like that more because it's more lyrical. The play on words are so crazy and insane. That's honestly what, because of that taste that I have for that. That's honestly why I became a fan of Logic in the beginning, because his first mixtapes were very much that style.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But yeah, man, that's as far as hip hop goes, that's where I lean for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, I like this segment, dude. I really wanted to talk about this because I was excited when I thought of this part. Different songs for different chapters of your life. And this is something that I thought about personally, because if you think about significant events in your life and you try to connect them with the music that you were listening to at the time, it's almost like, excuse the pun, you're listening to the soundtrack of your life.
Yeah.
Just like, Kid Cudi.
Kid Cudi, yeah, that song's pretty good too. No, I mean like there's a lot of events that happen in your life, right? And you just find that one song that you're relating to at that one moment, and later down, like a few years down the road, you catch that song on shuffle again, and it's like,
Damn.
oh, dude, I
Brings you
remember.
back.
Exactly, yeah. You remember all these, whatever you were going through at the time, whether good or bad. You just remember those memories because of that song. That song connects with that memory so hard that you just it just doesn't go, doesn't leave.
Yeah. Okay, so how about I ask you about times in your life and you try to connect it with a song? That work?
Okay.
Okay. We'll start from junior high. Let's see. What song would you connect with junior high?
Junior high? Holy shit! I can't remember what I was listening to then.
Were you a little emo kid? Were you more?
I don't know what I was then.
Okay, let's do.
Here, that's when I was starting to really discover like music in general. Like obviously I heard it, I liked it, right? But then
that's when it started to connect
with like whatever the artist was putting out there. And one of the very first artists I really connected with was Linkin Park.
Yeah. Ooh, dude, that is right. You were such a Linkin Park fan.
I was a huge Linkin Park. I still obviously am, but then that was probably the first artist I really connected to, and not just with their popular songs, obviously, like In the End, Numb, all those songs, but even later on, like they had like those other albums that didn't do very well, like 1,000 Suns. I think I connected the most with that album more than any of their other albums, and it wasn't very popular either. Like not a whole people liked that one, but I did.
Yeah,
I liked the direction they were going with.
Yeah, well, for instance, me in junior high, it was a very strange time for me. That was the time when I lost my dad. So obviously there was a lot of like sad stuff going on, but I was also like trying to be strong. So there was a lot of I think that's honestly when I started to get my introduction to listening to some heavier metal, and really just starting to discover some post-hardcore bands. Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens.
Yep.
Excuse me, but I also listened to, and this is, I mean, prior to this, like almost my entire youth, I listened to Mexican music in my household because my parents are Mexican. They listen to banda and stuff like that, and then rap. I listened to like, I guess it was a little bit before my time, but like old school gangster rap, like what you would get with Biggie and Pac, and and
I remember
Snoop
you were
Dogg.
really into that stuff
Yeah,
too.
Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Ice Cube. That was primarily what I listened to. Woody, and a lot of gangster rap and a little bit more hardcore stuff. And then my taste started transitioning, and that's really when I started to broaden my taste musically.
Mm-hmm.
But this is like right when I started to take a turn musically, and listen to things that I never thought I would actually be interested in. So let's go.
Like post hardcore and
Yeah, well, no, past that. Let's go to high school soccer season.
oh yeah, like
Uh,
that one Shakira song. Like, how'd that go? Shit.
I can't remember. It was the anthem for
The
the
2010 World Cup.
2010 World
I
Cup
forgot what
in
that
South
song was.
Africa.
Yeah, and Waving Flag.
Yeah,
That was such a good song too.
yeah. See that's you go from listening to Biggie Pac to listening to Shakira. I, I don't know if there's any more black and white to that. But around that same time, we started broadening even more and more. I mean, I think before that, I listened to other types of music like Gorillaz,
Yeah, Gorillaz, Arctic Monkeys.
Arctic Monkeys.
They were starting to like all these like alternative stuff. Like
Yeah, that's really what I would consider it too, is alternative. What else? What's that one song that they used to play for our warm ups? It was the Spanish, like from Spain.
fuck, I don't know.
He's like the Enrique Iglesias.
Oh, oh, he had a World Cup song too, but it was
Yeah.
for 2006 though.
Yeah, but didn't we play that in our warm ups?
We did, yeah, yeah, that was in there too. I forgot what it was called now too.
And that and Pitbull,
Oh yeah,
Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide. You know what I'm saying?
dude, Pitbull was so huge then, dude.
Yeah,
remember?
fuck yeah, Pitbull was
Our,
huge.
our,
then.
our high school years, Pitbull was like one of the biggest artists. Like every party had Pitbull playing. Had Pitbull playing at some point. Like every party.
What's that guy's name? Tygo or
Tyga?
No, yeah, we did listen to Tyga. But what's his name? Tygo or Kygo or something like that. I can't remember.
That's not ringing a bell.
But anyway, all right, let's do when you moved. No, okay, after graduation, when I moved away, I can already think of at least one artist or two artists that you started to vibe with heavy, because they're on your body.
J. Cole.
J. Cole,
J. Cole's one of them. And
Bring Me the Horizon.
Bring Me the Horizon, yeah.
This was
those were the two biggest ones at that time.
yeah. After probably freshman sophomore year,
It was Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens.
Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens. I mean, Pierce the Veil still now.
Still, to this day, 100%.
To this day.
I'm still waiting for that sixth album, guys.
Yeah,
Or is that fifth? No, sixth. That's sixth.
and Bring Me the Horizon came in, and that one, like, I remember the first song I listened to was Shadow Moses by Bring Me the Horizon, and
That song was sick.
it was in Lewis's jet up. He had just put a Rockford Fosgate system through and through from the deck to the sub. Amp and everything. It was a full Rockford Fosgate system with tweeters and everything, and it rattled the shit out of his piece of shit Jetta.
Dude,
Yeah.
I remember those fucking Jettas,
Yeah,
bro.
and-
Him and Joe got this. Were a year apart?
Yeah, I think a year or two apart.
Year or two apart.
Just like them.
Yeah,
Just like
exactly.
The two brothers got like exactly the same Jetta.
Same body style. Like
Yeah.
there were the boxy body styles.
The Jetta GL. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, their stereo systems were worth more than the vehicles themselves.
Car. Dude, oh damn, totally, they were.
And they were a year older than us, and they had just gotten back that summer from Warped Tour in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah,
And that's the year that Bring Me the Horizon went to Warped Tour. And he's like, "Hey, bro," they were playing the song, and I was like, "Dude, that's fucking crazy! Like, I really fucking like that. Who is that?" And they're like, "Oh, dude, this is Shadow Moses by Bring Me the Horizon," and the rest is history. You know, that got me hooked and reeled in, and I was on that boat. And that just
There,
kind of grew, right? Because from there, that one was Sempiternal, that Sempiternal album.
Sempiternal, and then the one that that really got to me was That's the Spirit.
That's the spirit. That's the album cover that you have tattooed on your
Yeah,
arm.
it's the umbrella with the rain underneath it.
Yeah, that album was super impactful.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's why I ended up getting it tattooed.
And let's do let's do one more, and then we'll go to current.
Okay.
So, when you moved to California,
It definitely was like same thing, like J. Cole and Bring Me the Horizon. But towards the end, that's when I discovered Porter Robinson. And Porter Robinson, I feel like at first, he was your typical like EDM artist, get the hype going and everything.
his
Right?
was more trancy.
Yeah, but then as he, I guess, matured, it's the best way to put it. He wanted to make his songs more of an experience rather than just to get the crowd hyped. And one of the biggest songs that still to me with this day is Shelter.
That's a good one.
Shelter's a very good song, and the video that he also put together for it too. Like he got and that's where I got more into anime too, was because of Shelter as well.
I saw Porter Robinson live.
Yeah, I know. He had a video for that song put together by I can't remember the studio that did it, but it was like a very high end studio from Japan that put it together for him, and it was super super cool. So the project as a whole was amazing.
Yeah. Around that same time, was you had was Paradiso before or after you had moved to California?
It was after.
Yeah. So around that time,
No, before.
before, I think it was
No,
right-
it was after. It was after because I had already moved to California.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So at that point in time, when Orlando had moved to California, I had already finished my first year in college, and I was going into my second year. And I mean, after being in college, you get to meet a lot of people, you get exposed to a lot of different music. And at my first interactions with EDM, I wasn't an entirely huge fan. There's, excuse me, maybe a handful of songs that actually would cause like a rise in me, like get me hyped up or something like that. And after a while, I just kept listening to different artists and expanding more and more and more. And Fly Like Sora, he was super super into EDM, and he's
yeah.
like, dude, Tiesto, and I was like, all right, Tiesto being one of the old school ones, but I thought about Tiesto past, the old school, repetitive beat, dun 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 dun, dun, that kind of shit. And I was like, I'm not into that. It just sounds like Transformers. But I didn't realize how much EDM had changed from
Dude,
listening
EDM
to
has-
Sandstorm
Oh, dude.
to now.
EDM has gone so many different ways. Obviously, the fathers of EDM has always been attributed to Daft Punk. And
Daft Punk, Tiesto, Dead Mouse.
those were the first true EDM artists I think we really listened to.
Yeah.
Was Dead Mouse, Skrillex,
Dude, for sure.
Skrillex, and then came like Daft Punk and those.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and because I started getting really, really into EDM, and, everyone at the time had stereo systems in their car, and the bass just hit, and you feel it reverberate in your chest, and it just got your blood pumping.
There's nothing better than that, dude.
And then if you have, like, your buddies in your car, and everyone's just, bouncing with the beat and vibing, you just start getting, like, yeah, like, you get pumped up. You get really pumped up.
Oh, yeah.
And then next thing I know, I was hooked. I really liked EDM. And I liked it so much that I started going to EDM concerts. I actually ended up going to Paradiso, which I think actually has been canceled now. They no longer do it. I think they had some issues with marketing and popularity, even though that the year that I went was massively insane.
It was massively insane, but how many people died?
One guy died. One guy died, and two people were injured.
Tell the story of the guy that died.
Okay, so first let me tell you.
May he
how,
rest in peace.
Yeah, let me tell you first of all how amazing this festival was. I saw some amazing artists like Atlantis, like Martin Garrix, like Skrillex, like
Porter Robinson was there.
Porter Robinson, Snails, some amazing huge artists. And what ended up happening was on, I think I want to say it was on the second day because it was a 2-day event, but we had camped there, so we had stayed there for three nights. On the second night, so we had, it was about halfway through the day. Everyone's kind of like making their way towards the main stages. There's, if I remember correctly, 3 or 4 stages. And we're making our way towards the main stage because, they're going up the last set. You're going to see Skrillex close out the last night. It's going to be an amazing show.
Obviously, Skrillex.
And
had to be something big.
Yeah. And you got to think, these are people raving and partying and drinking for, 3 nights already.
Drugged up to shit,
yeah,
dude. Oh, fuck.
And they, a lot of people are pretty roasted. And there was a fella, ironically enough, dressed like Jesus. I kid you not. He was dressed like Jesus. He had a robe. He had long hair and a beard. He was in sandals.
Jesus Christ.
And he was fucked up. Like, really, really messed up.
What do you think he was on?
It's hard to tell you because the only time that I've ever thought someone had his sort of inability to walk was if they were drunk. But I think he was drunk and he couldn't find his balance. Maybe he was on something else. I don't know. A lot of people like to use Molly or ecstasy or other party drugs.
Yeah.
Or maybe acid. I couldn't tell you.
He had something else.
He had other stuff in his system for sure.
100%.
But anyway, so it's a big grassy hill that comes down to a paved path that slopes slightly, about the same amount of slope that you would have like in your driveway.
By the way, the venue is like in the middle, like in the forest.
It's the Gorge. The Gorge Amphitheater in Washington.
Oh, it was like right next to like a canyon. Oh, was it a canyon?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like next to a canyon.
Yeah, with the main stage overlooking the edge.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
And so it's a very slight grade, like I said, about the same grade that you would have in a suburban driveway. And it goes down to some stairs. It's like a fence that follows that whole trail. But it's up aside from that hill's pretty steep. But anyway, me and my buddies, we were walking down towards the main stage, and we see this guy, and we're like, "Aha!" making jokes, blah blah blah, and he's struggling walking up this grade, and he'd make it about 4 or 5 steps, and then backpedal about 10.
Oh shit!
And then he'd grab onto the fence and take a few deep breaths, and then kind of jog like 5 to 10 steps up, and then backpedal 12. He was fighting gravity like tooth and nail.
Jeez. Oh,
and as we got basically to where the trail was at, a few feet away from this guy, he had made it about 6 or 7 feet up the trail, up the walkway. And as we got to the bottom, like right where we're entering the main stage area, he shit whips himself. Like, ooh. He like full blown, like full speed back pedals, like if he was slipping on ice almost. Like, when you try to
like a cartoon
balance,
run,
yeah.
Like when they're trying to get catch traction or whatnot.
Yeah, but in reverse. And he ran, basically backpedaled all the way down this ramp, and then trips over his own feet and just whips his head onto the concrete.
Damn.
and he was completely unconscious. And they had um, like assistants there pretty quick. They
Like
called.
paramedics.
No, they're not paramedics. They're just other. They're people who work for the venue. They call themselves the Conscious Crew. So, yeah. So they work.
Goddamn.
They work for the venue. So, you're at a rave. You know that people are going to use drugs and drink. So they're there to not to get you in trouble, but to give you water if you're dehydrated too. Help you find your friends if you get lost, because you should always, if you're going to a big festival, you should always, if you come in a large group, split up in twos or threes, and always
Have an exit buddy.
have an exit buddy. Exactly. Anyway, this person, after he basically whipped his skull onto the concrete, as we're walking by, he started seizing, and the Conscious Crew started, they surrounded him and broke up the crowd that was looking at him. I didn't see if there was any blood or anything. I just saw him having a seizure, and we walked past him. We made it to main stage, and we saw paramedics come, and they didn't make a big deal about it. The concert continued. About a week or 2 weeks after the concert, they emailed us, because you had to, put in your email when you buy the ticket. And it was an email from the company who ran the event saying that they basically told us the guy died.
Yeah.
They said that they had a casualty, and they're so sorry for the family of person whom was going to remain unnamed, and all those who might have felt disturbed after seeing such a thing, and blah blah blah, and all these different things. And they basically given the condolences to all who went to the show. And it's weird talking about it, because I don't connect the festival with his passing, which is a tragic loss, but I remember it as one of the most memorable weekends of my life. And it's just a weird experience, you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
you were having like the greatest time. It was being like the perfect like weekend ever.
yeah, ever.
And someone tragically lost their lives during the event as well. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's a bittersweet, like,
Yeah,
sort of moment. But
yeah, I mean, that's just something that, like, I mean, we can give a little bit of a warning for. I mean, we're talking about music and how much we love it and how much it influences us. But if you're going to a festival, or if you're going to a concert or party,
which I'm going to.
yeah, Orlando's actually going to EDM this year.
EDC.
Motherfucker. Yeah. EDC to listen to EDM. All these fucking acronyms.
Yeah, I'm going
But
to EDC.
yeah, party safely, man. Go out and rage, have fun. If you do something, just be safe about it and let people know. Stay with your friends. But yeah, that's one of the things that just happens. I mean, that's kind of a big part of music. I mean, if you think about like 80s and 70s and 80s rock and roll, what do you think rock and roll and drugs and alcohol, right?
Yeah. Yeah, especially like those concerts from those days. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. Woodstock?
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on from that. So, before we get to the next segment, what would you say the music that's influencing this chapter of your life, current?
Currently, right now, shit. I don't know. It's been a mix of everything. I still listen to the old stuff. I've gotten really into like funky, like pop sort of.
Mm-hmm.
Like Emotional Oranges, like they have that funk to them and everything.
Yeah.
Some EDM still, and I guess J-pop too, like Japanese music, all sorts of that stuff. That's probably been like the heaviest hitter, like as of late. As like I get more and more into anime, but some of these artists, like they have a song that it was part of a big anime and whatnot. They have a catalog of other stuff, and some of it is actually really dope. Like, even though you don't understand a damn word, that's what I like about this music. Like, you don't have to understand
You
it.
just vibe
You
with
can
sounds. You
vibe
vibe
with
with the
it.
sounds.
You
Yeah.
can vibe to it like so well, and it's like I learned a little bit more Japanese because of it. But, um, I've been vibing with some of these as well.
Yeah. As for me, I think this is probably one of the most dynamic chapters of my life musically. I mean, okay, just as a little sidebar, I did not like or listen to country until I was a sophomore in high school in my automotive class
Yeah.
because my automotive teacher was, country boy from Declo, Idaho. And if you don't know Declo, it's got like 300 people. That's the entire population.
Yeah, they're close.
There's more cows by like 10 times than there are people. But anyway, so because I was in that class and because I was involved with a lot of the people that were also in that class, they all listen to country and they like country, and it got me into it. And that became,
And then this guy got me into country.
yeah, and then I got Orlando into country. But back to the current, I think this is my most dynamic year musically. I've been listening to a lot of old rock.
Yeah, I went through my 80s phase too.
Yeah.
Especially when I was working in the warehouse. I went through a whole huge 80s phase because all they would listen to was 80s music. And, I got really into like the 80s pop, 80s rock, all that stuff.
Yeah, and grunge. I just started listening to like 90s grunge. Like,
Oh, yeah, that stuff's good too.
I was, this is gonna, piss a lot of people off, but I didn't like Nirvana. I didn't like Nirvana, and then
Some hot takes.
now I do. Now I really like Nirvana. At
Now
first,
you appreciate
yeah,
it.
now
There
I
you
appreciate
go.
it. Now I appreciate it. Now I listen to Alice in Chains. One of my favorite songs is Rooster.
Yeah, that shit's good.
I started, listening to a lot of blues, some Janis Joplin, and
Okay, I haven't explored that yet.
and I'm really into like I said, the little precursor country. I love Chris Stapleton and Chris Young. Chris Young is one of my favorite country artists. Outlaw country is by far one of my favorites. Outlaw country, I like listening to Cody Jinks and Dead South.
You protect Chris Stapleton with your life.
Yeah, exactly.
That man has a beautiful voice.
Who is that kid? He's a younger kid who has the voice of like Johnny Cash meets the deepest baritone parts of the sea. What is his fucking name?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
The Devil Wears a Suit and Tie. That's the song. Fuck. I listen to a lot of him too. I have to look this one up because it's gonna bug me if I don't. Coulter Wall. Coulter Wall, dude. I fucking love his music. Saskatchewan, 1891. I love that song. It tells the story of an old prairie boy farming, and census worker comes to his house and he says, "Fucking get bent, or else I'll shoot you with my 44." I love that song, dude. I love that song. Those old like murder ballads and storytelling. Man.
You know what I've kind of liked over these past few years. Before, like especially through high school, when me and Juan, and a little bit after high school, me and Juan were like really, we would like hang out like every day, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like we always listened to what the other one would listen to.
Yeah.
A lot. But now, as like we have like kind of gone our own paths a little bit, right? Obviously, we're still close. We do the podcast and everything, but
Yeah. We just don't see each other as,
we don't
as
see.
often.
Yeah, we went down two very separate paths when it comes to music. Like I feel like I leaned a little bit more EDM and pop, and he leaned a little more like country
Yeah.
and rock, like old school rock. And but like I would show him some stuff, he'd be like, "Oh, that's sick," and he'd show me some stuff, I'm like, "Yeah, that's sick." And like so we would listen to each other's shit. Like we discover our like other music between ourselves because we went down
two
Two
different
very
paths.
different paths when it comes to music.
And that's the cool part because we don't really follow what is like popular at
No.
the time. We don't follow
No.
like the Hot 100. You know?
It's the last thing I want to listen to.
Yeah, we don't. We don't listen to what is the hottest trend. You know what I mean? I don't know. We discover more and more music, even if it's beyond our years
Oh yeah.
or beyond our language barriers. You know, it's
Yeah. I showed him some because at first he was like, "The hell is this shit?"
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "Oh, okay." And I see him vibe to it. Some of it. It was like,
yeah.
I told you, bitch.
Shit funky. No, but I mean that's the beautiful thing about music and listening to it with a completely open mind. That's the only way that you really should listen to music is with a completely open mind. And I mean, and if something's trash, something's trash. There's not much more you could go from there.
Exactly.
Okay, so I mean that kind of covers music and songs that impact us. We didn't talk about songs that impact us. Name.
We had like 6 songs we wanted to pick out.
Yes. Okay. All right. No, we'll do this for the game. All right. So this game is called "What Are You Drinking to This?" So exactly the name. I'm gonna give him.
Fuck.
I'm gonna give him 6 different songs from 6 different artists, and he's gonna tell me what drink, full bar, what drink he would match with this song.
Okay.
You could do mixed drinks, cocktails, beers,
Liquors,
anything you can conceivably put together. And I guess to keep this lively, we're gonna shoot one back and forth at each other.
Okay.
All right. So my first pick, because we love him, amazing artist. He's made 2 appearances on our 3 appearances on our decor here in the studio. The Spins by Mac Miller.
Ooh, okay. Oh, fuck. What am I drinking to when it comes to the spins?
I don't know, but it's gonna give you the spins.
I'd probably drink like whatever can give me like trash the fastest, to be honest.
Codeine and Sprite.
No. No, like an AMF or like what's the other one? Fuck, what's it? Jaeger bomb or something like that.
Oh, like a downtown bar drink.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a well special.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Hit me with yours. I could dig that. I could dig that.
Okay, so I feel like my songs are kind of off for this kind of game.
Yeah, you could go all genres. I went all different genres.
Okay. So the very first song that I went with was actually, this is the #1 song that's been played in my whole library. Like, if you have Apple Music kind of keeps track of how many times you play a song. And this song has remained #1 for like probably 3-4 years now. But it's Bedless by Pierce the Veil.
Bedless by Pierce the Veil.
Yes.
Okay. What am I drinking to that? What am I,
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know what you can drink to this. I mean, I guess you can have, I don't know.
Bedless by Pierce the Veil. What am I drinking? I'm imagining myself on a tour bus, partying with them. That song's playing in the background. I'm doing shots of Jameson.
Oh shit. Okay.
And
Damn, you wanted to burn.
yeah, I think I'm gonna say shots of JMOs.
All right.
All right.
In case you don't know, that's probably my favorite song of all time.
He has a painting that he made, right?
Actually, yeah, that inspired Bedless. That was inspired by Bedless, actually, because there's a lyric in Bedless that says, because Oh fuck! How did it even go now? I can't remember.
I don't know.
I'm on the fucking spot. Shit. But anyways, the gist is that you're holding on to something that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like it's burning you. You should let it go, and that's what that painting pretty much represents.
All right. So, my next one, total change of genre.
Okay.
Texas Flood by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh. Oh god. Okay.
This one should be easy.
I can. The only thing I can imagine myself is just having some whiskey.
That's all you need.
Just having some whiskey on the rocks. That's it.
Whiskey on the rocks. Okay. I was gonna ask you how you were having it. You're gonna have it mixed, or you're gonna have a whiskey and soda, whiskey on ice.
No, whiskey on the rocks.
Whiskey on the rocks, man.
That's what I imagined with that song.
I agree, 100%. Hit me.
Okay, I'm going with the song that is tattooed on my arm. Love Yours by J. Cole.
Love Yours. What am I drinking when I listen to Love Yours? Love Yours is more of a like appreciation kind of song. Like
Correct, yeah.
It's a little bit it's a little bit sad.
It is sad for sure, 100%. Because
it's sad,
like,
but you have to kind of like see it's like the silver lining kind of a song.
yeah, because I mean, the only way I feel like you could really appreciate the song is if you've gone through something very, very traumatic in your life. Well, not traumatic, but I mean, very tough in your life. Whether you lost somebody or you went through a very traumatic effect or something, because it makes you tell you, hey, it's not all that bad. There are people that have it worse and they're still happier than you.
Let's see. I think Love Yours, I'm going to say I'm going to drink a fuck, dude, this is hard, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest. My choice of songs are probably the hardest ones to drink to.
I'm going to say this is going to be an old fashioned.
An old fashioned, okay.
Because
I can totally see that.
I think an old fashioned is it's whiskey with a flair.
Yeah.
And I think whiskey can be used to portray a negative or sad perspective. Mm-hmm. Whiskey straight or whiskey neat can portray that. And then the flavorful flair with the citrus and the cherry, that can be a little bit more celebration-esque. So I think just like that song is, so is an old-fashioned.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. All right. What you got?
Well,
shit.
Wasted Tiesto.
Oh, dude, I'm grabbing whatever I can to fucking drink.
Wasted. Dude, I'll drink the fucking soup at the bottom of a dumpster with this song. Dude, this song.
You know what? I'm probably grabbing a bottle of either some cheap liquor like Smirnoff or
plastic bottle. Yeah, when you get like the half-gallon handles, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly, dude.
Like that.
Yeah, I'm grabbing like some Smirnoff. Fuck, what else?
I'm eating drunken gummy bears.
Yeah, exactly.
And taking Jello shots.
100% to that.
Wasted by Tiesto.
Okay. My next one. Shit. Damn, dude. This is gonna be real hard for you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The Art of Peer Pressure.
Art of Peer Pressure
by Kendrick Lamar.
Easy. Old English 40 ounce.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I can totally see that.
Old English 40 ounce.
In case you guys don't know, in Art of Peer Pressure, Kendrick Lamar is practically describing an event in his life that he had before when he was younger. In it features a white Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
And
orange soda.
orange
soda, and a white
and
Corolla.
a white Corolla,
Yeah.
and him running from the cops. And we did this once. Okay, we did run from the cops once, but we don't know why they were chasing us. For in our defense, we don't know why they were chasing us. I can't remember what the fuck, because Juan was not there. It was me, Roy, and Joe, and someone else. I can't remember. I think it was George, and we were in my white Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, 1989 Toyota Corolla.
Exactly, and we were just we were going through alleyways and everything.
Just like the song.
Just like the song.
Took a left and then a right and then another right. That was one lucky night with the homies.
Exactly, dude. we finally ended up at Roy's place. Roy's place again, like the
Like
most
always.
Infamous spot that we have. I went through his back, because usually we just park in the front, like in the street, because in front of his house was just this like abandoned like warehouse or garage, and so nobody ever parked there. So that's where we would always park. But this time I went through his back, in the alleyway, and like his dad has like 3 or 4 other cars in there.
Yeah, it's got a large carport with an opening on each side.
Exactly, and we threw my car in there, and then Roy drove his car, and put it around behind mine, so you really couldn't see it.
Cops drove past.
Yeah, we hid in his room, and his room is facing the alleyway. And so we were peeking through the window, and you just see the cop just roll by, trying to look for my car, and it was like, fuck.
Yeah, you got lucky.
We got fucking lucky. To this day, we still don't know why they were chasing us. I'm going to be honest. Maybe they got a tip about somebody doing drugs or something, and they thought we were the ones or something. I don't know. But either way, we got away. maybe if we just pulled over and talked to them, it would have been different. But we were scared. Like, we were just, 15, 16?
Yeah.
We're just fucking run.
Yeah. Okay. Before we move forward, it's time for the next local beer.
Fuck, I just opened this.
Sit off to the side.
All right.
All right. So, our next local beer. We're definitely switching channels on this one.
Oh, 100%.
Orlando's already did a little pre-test on this.
I did. Because I was mighty thirsty in the car. But Juan was driving, so just so you guys know. But I was mighty thirsty. And seeing as I'm a stout guy now.
Yeah, he most definitely is a stout guy.
I wanted to give this guy a try, but it's Lights Out Stout.
By Worthy
Brewing. Out of Bend, Oregon.
Yeah, oh, and I'm not looking at the back. I am not looking at the back.
See, I drank this without looking at the back, so.
All right, let's go. Ooh. All right. We already kind of have a review, but let me give it a quick taste before you go, so I'm not influenced even more.
I already drank it, but I'm not going to say anything. What the fuck?
I was swishing it, sorry. All right. You're basically dead on with your description that you gave me earlier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a stout. It isn't an overbearing stout.
It's not too thick.
It's not thick.
It's not light.
It is above middle of the pack as far as bitterness goes, because there's some pretty.
I think it
light
said it was 30 IBUs. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 IBUs, but excuse me. So, it has a stouty coffee taste.
Mm-hmm.
It's prominent but not long lasting. It is also a little bit caramelly, almost like you would get from a Coca-Cola.
Okay.
like a Coke coffee kind of, but without the sweetness of the Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And the aftertaste doesn't really sit on your tongue, but it's more aromatic,
Correct.
and it's more cold brew coffee esque.
Yeah, totally, 100%. I actually described the coffee in it before, but then once I finally looked at the can after the fact, after I drank it, it says there's a hint of vanilla in it, and then when I tasted back, I was like, yes, there definitely is. It's a vanilla coffee that's in there, but it's not like overbearing. It's like perfect. You know, it's like if you like your coffee a little more on the darker side, but with a hint of like some sort of flavoring, that's it right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, definitely. I think overall it is a very well composed beer. It's a well,
Brewed really well.
yeah, it's a really well put together beer. I always seem to judge them that way if it's hard to pick out individual things because they complement other ingredients and they create their own flavor, their own characteristic on its own, like that blend, that combination.
Mm-hmm.
That's what makes it hard, and that's what makes it a very very well put together beer.
Yep.
Is it becomes harder to pick individual ingredients versus a combination of ingredients. But I would say my overall rating, I think this is just the vibe of the day, 7.5.
7.5.
Yeah. I still fuck with Guinness way more.
I'll give it a 9.5.
9.5?
I'm gonna give this one 9.5.
Yeah, he was mentioning earlier. He said he was gonna put it in his regulars.
For real. This is worth the $10. A 6-pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not. I'm gonna be honest. That's not. If it was cheaper, it'd have been like okay.
In the grand spectrum of stouts, you're going to pay more for it anyway.
100%.
So,
But if I'm paying $10 for a 6-pack of a stout, and this beer right here is asking for the same price, it's got to be good. It's got to be amazing. It's got to blow my socks off. But it doesn't. It's a well composed beer, but it's not amazing.
mm-hmm. I agree. So let's get back to this game.
Okay.
Who went last? Oh, yeah, you asked me the art of peer pressure.
Correct. No, it's my turn now.
No, you asked me that, so it's my turn.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean that's what I meant. Like it's my turn to be asked.
Oh, yes. All right. Switching it up again. Te presumo, Banda El Recodo. Yes,
Bro,
sir.
bro.
Yes, sir. Dude, we're hitting this from all angles, bro. All angles.
I'm hitting shots of Cien Años back to back on this one, bro. That's what I'm drinking here.
100 años back to back, dude. And it's blasting as loud as it could possibly get.
No, I'm not. I'm blasting tequila shots back to back to back on this one.
Yeah, dude. Straight to the domius.
That was enjoyable.
Yeah, that one. I mean, that one was kind of a given.
See, yours are easy. Mine are not.
No, the spins was hard.
Well, I mean, still though, the spins gives off like a party vibe sort of thing. So I mean, you got to go with some sort of party drink, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my next one. It's Aquarius the Third by Logic.
Mm.
All right. So in Aquarius the Third, so this is from one of Logic's the second to last album he made. Pretty much in the song, it's not a long song; it's like a minute and a half. But pretty much the big reason why I relate to this song so much is because I personally also had the same motive as he did because he got
Trying to
really
find paradise.
well, that too, but he got really tired of like the internet, social media, all that stuff, and he's like, "Why do I even fuck with that? Like, what's the point? And so he got rid of it. And that's when this was the album that he supposedly retired on, but obviously he came back. But
Yeah.
um, and I just vibed with that song so much because he said he didn't care about the clout or anything, like how many records he was selling anymore. He was just like, my son's on the way. That's what's important to me.
You know what? To this song, I am. Oh, fuck. Fuck it, I'm drinking craft beer. I'm drinking craft beer. That's something that's like.
You put on like midway through the night, and you're just like, let's vibe through it, right?
Yeah.
You're having some brews. You're having some brews.
Yeah, I'm drinking some good brews though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna drink college beers or.
He's not drinking Keystone.
Yeah, not this time. Not this time. I'm not drinking Keystone. I think I'm drinking something with a higher alcohol content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm drinking probably an IPA.
Yeah.
I'll put that.
All right. Hit me with your next one.
All right. You ready to get gangster up in this bitch? Still Dre by Dr. Dre.
Oh, bro.
Dude, Still Dre.
Fuck. Dude, I'm drinking some Ciroc or
Some Ciroc. Okay.
like something along those lines,
Some
right?
Alizé.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I'm having I have like a glass of it, It's not cold, it's not chilled, it's nothing. It's just, I'm sipping on it.
Are you, what's that? Are you drinking some Henny or what?
So yeah, there we go. Some Henny too.
You wanna drink some Henny? Oh, you're bringing all of them to the party.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Some Ciroc, some Henny, some Alizé, dude. You getting hood up in here?
It's the vibe that's gonna go with it, dude.
Yeah, dude. See walking all over the floor. You know what I'm saying? All right, hit me.
All right. Well, here's another hard one.
Of course, dude. Of course.
Shelter by Porter Robinson.
Shelter by Porter Robinson.
Yes.
Shelter by Porter Robinson. I am drinking vodka and Red Bulls.
Mixed.
Yeah, no, the cocktail.
The cocktail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Vodka Red Bulls. I don't know. I mean, it's simple and it's upbeat.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean, like, there you go. Vodka Red Bulls.
All right.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yonkers. Tyler the Creator.
Oh fuck, dude! What am I drinking to that? Hang on. This might be your hardest one.
Dude, I'm a fucking walking paradox. No, I'm not. Having threesomes with a, what does it say? Having threesomes with a triceratops or some shit like that?
Yeah, with the triceratops. Nah, I'm enjoying some cold ones
Yeah?
for sure with this one because usually when this song comes on, you're chilling with the boys, you're hanging out with people that really vibe with you the most.
Okay, what kind of brews you drinking? Drinking some college beers, you drink some craft beers, you're putting down a stouty boy, you putting down a fucking
Probably college brews.
some college brews?
Yeah.
All right. Some Stones?
Mm-hmm.
Word. I get down with that. I think this one I'm probably drinking like, say I'm fucking walking paradox. No, I'm probably like, like fucking like, getting hype, but I'm also like bobbing. I think I'm probably drinking probably around the same thing.
Yeah.
Maybe something a little heavier. I don't know, maybe like a Mickey's or some shit.
Oh, okay. Some 40s.
Some 40s.
All right. Last one.
Lay it on me.
I left the hardest one for last.
Oh, Jesus. Yours are all fucking hard, dude.
Remembering Sunday. Wow.
Remembering Sunday. Oh, dude.
Little backstory as to why this song is on my list. So, during our like I guess emo phase, I guess in high school, um, we would take just cruises throughout all of Burley and Rupert and whatnot, like all the surrounding area. And it's usually me, him, Joe. The fourth one is usually random. It could be Brian. It could be Roy. It's usually someone else. But typically, it was me, Juan, and Joe.
Because there's 4 seats in the Camaro.
Exactly, and Joe's car sometimes too.
Yeah.
Um, but we would do something that we would like to call
Harmonize.
We would sing along to this song, and we would just sing to our lungs, like to as loud as we can, and to the song that's turned up all the way, and we're just singing along.
Yeah.
This song is, by the way, is like actually like a really sad like breakup song.
Yeah, dude, fuck yeah, dude.
It's all like guitar, like
It's
an
all
acoustic
acoustic.
guitar, and it's just the lead singer just singing. That's it. It's just,
Yeah.
but those are good times. I miss those too. A lot of
What
those days.
am I drinking to this? I don't know. I got to think about what I was drinking then. It was probably something really gross, like shots of Fireball or something. It was something disgusting. Yeah, dude, I have to say something along those lines because I needed to get fucked up so I could like feel the emotion
A
of the
Four
song.
Loco.
A Four Loco. Yeah, I might like down a Four Loco and maybe some shots of Fireball, something super sugary and
Back then when they were like kill people.
yeah, back then when they're radioactive.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, you drink those motherfuckers and
They've kind of mellowed them out now, but back then, holy
those things were,
shit.
I mean, bad. But yeah, no, I think something super sugary, something super disgusting like that, so I could get drunk enough to embrace the emotion and not be so embarrassed because at the time I was not as good a singer. And
We were all terrible singers.
Yeah,
we were
no.
just like we were just like
belting out these notes that were all over the place, and our puberty voices were cracking and
They're
shit.
cracking and shit. Fuck.
You know-
like 15, 16.
Who was actually half decent at that time? Joe.
Joe was actually, yeah.
He was actually pretty good at maintaining a higher note and staying in key. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, he
would be the only one who would actually harmonize.
Yeah, he didn't have like hardly any vibrato or anything, but he was able to stay in key at least.
The rest of us sucked.
Yeah, we just kind of belted it out. But fuck it, that's how it rolls. But I'm sucking back a Four Loco and taking shots of Fireball to this bad boy, and I'm gonna cry, ugly cry.
Oh my god.
No, dude, yeah, that's damn, dude. I haven't thought about that song in a long time.
It's just because Juan wanted us to pick like, 6 very memorable songs that we relate to, obviously, and Remembering Sunday.
Remembering Sunday.
You'll never get that one out of your head.
No, absolutely not, man. But I gotta say 2 things before we let this one go. Is music's always gonna be in like a major important part of our lives. It impacts us daily. Good music's super important and super hard to find, super hard to make. But I just keep listening, keep looking for your sound, and I don't know, man. Explore music. That's what I want to say is explore music.
I really hate and I'm not trying to attack anybody or anything.
Liar.
I'm really not, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to present this in the nicest way possible, but I really hate when people are just totally just don't like a genre because they're just no, it sounds dumb or it sounds lame or whatnot. I don't know, whatever the excuse is, right? people just don't vibe with a certain genre. I'm like, you haven't even listened to like all of the songs that they offer.
Right.
Like you maybe yeah, like with country, right? You don't like the poppier side of things, but yo, like Chris Stapleton,
Yeah.
have you heard this man? This man must be protected at all costs.
I agree. But I will say one thing that is definitely 100% acquired taste is like those super, super heavy metal bands. Like,
Oh yeah, Bring Me the Horizon back in the day.
no, like harder than that.
Asking Alexandria.
Like harder than that. Like,
Fuck, okay.
like Aborted Fetus. There's bands called Aborted Fetus. And all they do is like super heavy, like bass riffs and like nonstop like double drum bass and then constant growl that you can't really understand. Like super heavy metal stuff. And I mean, that I will say is not for me. But
There's maybe like a song or two where you're just gonna be like, okay, that one's not bad actually.
I haven't found it yet. I have not found it yet. But yeah, dude, you know, there's a song like in that same vein. It's called "Fucked in the Face of the Brick." It's a real song.
Damn.
Look it up. Example A. Why it's not really for me. But anyway,
By a brick?
fucked in the face with with a brick or by a brick. Yeah, it is insane. But
All I can picture is like someone throwing a brick at someone's face.
oh no, it is way worse. I had to look up the lyrics. Don't.
Because you couldn't understand it.
Yeah, you can't understand it, and it's pretty disturbing. Anyway, yeah, we've had a great time doing this. I mean, drinking beers, listening to music. There's no better way to put this together, man. And I don't know. Do you have any final thoughts you want to get across, man?
Be open to music. That's all I gotta say.
Man, enjoy it.
Even if you don't understand it, like look within like these past few years, like Latin music, right? You know,
Like Bad Bunny.
exactly. Like how big they've gotten.
He's a superstar now.
Dude, it's crazy because like back then, right? And you know, you wouldn't ever expect that, but
He's like, isn't he Puerto Rican?
yeah, I have no idea. Actually.
Anyway, he's the Latin like Justin Bieber.
Yeah, exactly. But either way, like they're all huge now. They're huge superstars, and you see K-pop coming in through like with BTS and what's the other band? Twice. Like I've been seeing like so much hype for them too. Like
What's BTS?
I don't know what it stands for, but it's K-pop.
Okay.
I don't personally listen to them. They're a little too poppy for me for my taste. But still though, like the waves that they've made, BTS has the most viewed video within 24 hours on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
like they're huge, dude. Like it's crazy just how much everybody's palette has expanded as a whole. Incorporating all these other countries, all these other languages, and I say keep that up.
Yeah, for sure.
You get exposed to something you never thought, and you like it. Don't matter if it's like what none of your friends listen to, just listen to it. You know.
I agree. I have to say, my closing thought is go out, enjoy music, enjoy good drink, and as always, be safe and stay thirsty.